What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. As promised, we're back on the Italian train. Good summer appetizer. We're doing just plain old bruschetta. Uh, I had this at Spazzo at the beer garden on Sunday. It was really good, so I thought I'd give it a shot. So, quick disclaimer. I got some leftover sarcones. It's a little bit thicker than I'd like. Ideally, you want something almost like a crostini, which I don't have. So, as thick as this bread is, it's not thick, but I would cut your bread, twice as thin as this right here, like maybe 1/8 of an inch, really, really thin. So to start, I'll let you know what we got. In a pan at medium low, I got about 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to heat up just for like 2 or 3 minutes, 2 cloves of garlic, diced up. So while that's going, I will tell you the base of it all. So as you can see, it's like the colors of the Italian flag. It's about 4 diced tomatoes. I do about 1/8 of a white or yellow onion. That's optional. I kind of like a little bit of sweetness in there. I got about 4 leaves of basil that have been broken up into small pieces. So what we're going to do is, after this garlic cooks for a couple minutes at a medium low, we're going to put it all into the veggie bowl and stir it and let it marinate for about a half hour and let it come together, at least a half an hour. You can always do it longer. I'm also going to add a couple things of salt, just a touch of a balsamic, not too much. And this is optional again, but just a touch of red pepper flake. So again, you're going to be doing this for at least a half hour, ideally more. And then for the bread, what you want to do is put it in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes at about 400 degrees. So the idea is the bread crisps up, and then you put the bruschetta on top and eat it as an appetizer. My trick for the bread, first of all, get a baking sheet, line up with foil, preheat the oven. I would drizzle both sides of the bread with your olive oil, and just more olive oil. You can never have too much olive oil, and let that incorporate into the bread. And I already diced up 2 cloves of garlic. Depending on how many slices of bread you have, I would get a whole garlic clove, and once you take it out of the oven, use it as a scraper and scrape the bread with the full fresh garlic clove before you top it with the bruschetta. It's a really nice touch. So that's about it. Bruschetta is pretty easy. It's labor intensive just getting everything diced and into the bowl, but after that, it's not too bad. So I told you I'm going to be on the Italian train. I'm going to try my hand at some pesto tomorrow night, and then I'm going to do something really, really greaseball on Thursday. So I'll save that for later. So this is just about done. So just get a spoon ready and put all that oil and the garlic right into your bowl. Then give it a good stir and let it set up for, like I said, at least half hour, ideally more. Depending on how long you're doing it, you can put it in the fridge or you could just leave it out. But I'm going to put it in the fridge. I think that's always best. And I'll be back in a little while to show you that little bread trick that I mentioned. So stay tuned. We'll be back. All right, so we're back. So again, oven at around 400. Just drizzle your bread with olive oil on both sides and cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I would also, around halfway through the cook time, just turn the bread over so both sides cook evenly. And then when it's done, have your little clove of garlic ready to do a little scrape on the bread. After you let it cool for about 5 minutes. So 10 to 15 minutes at 400. Let the bread rest for about 5 minutes. Scrape it with garlic and serve. We'll be back. All right, so we're back. We got the bruschetta out of the fridge. You know, it's coming together pretty nice. A lot of the juice is building, so it's looking pretty good. It smells really good. So, got my bread here. Got a nice little toast on it. So, like I said, just take the garlic and just, when it's fresh, you can just scrape it right on there. It's almost like a makeshift grater, and it's gonna add a little bit of just extra punch to it. Then you take the bruschetta and just you know, pile it on. Don't be afraid of the mess. And when I eat bruschetta, I like to get a fork so I can pick up whatever falls off when I bite into it. You know, nothing goes to waste. There's our bruschetta. Everybody have a good night. And hopefully we'll be back with some pasta tomorrow. See ya.